Spring is the busiest time on the farm. New life everywhere. Foals, lambs, chicks, and with that comes a different kind of rule. Space matters more than anything, especially for mothers. Most people understand that. Some people think it doesn't apply to them. We had a duck set up in one of the quieter corners of the property that year. She'd built her nest right up against the inside of a low fence near the small paddock, tucked into long grass, out of the way, but still close enough that you could see her if you knew where to look. She was a good bird, calm, steady, didn't spook easily, but she was sitting on a full clutch, and that changes things. I'd put up a small sign on the fence. Do not disturb, nesting, simple, clear, and I told people directly too. Give her space, I said. She's fine if you leave her alone. Most nodded and moved on. It wasn't a tourist place, but we had boarders, students, friends coming through. Enough people that you had to repeat yourself. That's how Jenna showed up. Friend of one of the riders. Not someone I knew well, but I'd seen her around before. She had that energy, the kind that fills space quickly, loud without raising her voice. Everything was a moment worth commenting on. "Oh my God, this place is so cute," she said as she walked in, already pulling out her phone. I gave a polite nod and went back to what I was doing. I noticed pretty quickly that she didn't just look at things. She approached them. Every animal was something to get closer to, something to react to. "Oh my God, hi baby," she said to one of the lambs, crouching down, hand already reaching out. "Don't," I said, not unkindly. "They've got mothers nearby." She pulled back but laughed. "Relax, I'm good with animals." I didn't respond to that. People who say that usually aren't. A little while later, I saw her near the duck. She was standing at the fence, leaning over slightly, phone out. I walked over. "Hey," I said, "that's the nest. Just leave her be." She glanced at me. "She's fine," she said. "She's not even moving." "She's staying still because you're close," I replied. "That's what they do. It's stress." Jenna rolled her eyes slightly. "I'm literally just taking a photo." "Take it from there," I said, gesturing back a step. "Not over her." She huffed, but stepped back. For about 10 seconds. Then I walked away. That was my mistake. I should have stayed. I should have known. Because a minute later, I heard her again. "Oh my God, look at them." I turned. She was inside the fence, right next to the nest. The duck had shifted. Not fully off the eggs, but tense now. Wings slightly lifted, body angled. Warning. "Jenna," I said, sharper this time. "Out. Now." "I just want one close photo," she said, crouching lower. The duck hissed, that low, unmistakable sound. Final warning. "She won't do anything," Jenna added, reaching out. That's when it happened. The duck exploded upward, wings out, feet forward, straight at her face. Jenna screamed, high, sharp, stumbling backward, losing her balance. Her foot caught the edge of the uneven ground. She went down hard. The phone flew out of her hand. The duck didn't chase, didn't need to. It landed back over the nest immediately, wings still slightly spread, eyes fixed. Jenna scrambled back on her hands, breath coming fast, one hand already going to her face. "Oh my God, what the hell?" "You're fine," I said, stepping in now, positioning myself between her and the fence. "She warned you." "My face," she said, voice shaking. There were 2 thin red lines across her cheek. Not deep, but enough to sting, enough to bleed a little, and enough to mark exactly what had happened. "I told you not to go in there," I said. She looked at me, eyes wide, not with understanding, with outrage. "She attacked me." "No," I said calmly. "You cornered her." A couple of the others had come over by then. They'd heard the scream. "What happened?" someone asked. She went for me," Jenna said quickly, standing now, brushing herself off. "She went into the nest," I said, after being told not to. There was a pause, a shift. People looked from her, to the sign, to the duck, now settled again, still watching. Jenna followed their gaze. For the first time, she looked unsure. "It's just a duck," she said, weaker now. "It's a mother," I replied. That landed. Not loudly, but enough. She didn't argue after that. Didn't stay much longer either. Left early, holding her phone with a cracked screen, one hand still hovering near her cheek. Word got around faster than she did. It always does. By the next day, people weren't asking if it happened. They were asking, "Is that the one who ignored the sign?" She didn't come back. The duck stayed on her nest. A week later, the eggs started to hatch. Small, quiet peeps at first. Then movement. Tiny yellow shapes tucked safely under wings that had done exactly what they were supposed to do. Protected what mattered. People like to think rules are there to limit them. Most of the time, they're there because something can't protect itself from stupidity. This time, it could, and it did.